This is the remarkable story of a promotion campaign achieved against all the odds. Surely one of the most unusual performances in Football League history. It's only 2 years since Underhill, this tiny ground in the shadow of North London giant Spurs, celebrated its arrival in the Football League. Despite the traumas surrounding their larger-than-life chairman and media interest that turned their manager into one of football's most recognisable celebrities, promotion to the second division has become a reality. Throughout it all, the fans have suffered the arguments, they've organised protests and watched some of the very best football played anywhere in the league. At times it's been a dog's life supporting Barnet, but there's never been any doubt about the quality of their team.
Yeah, I knew we were going to go up at the start of the season because after being in the playoffs last year and getting beaten by Blackpool, after outplaying them for, what was it, 90 minutes each way, but outplaying them for like 90% over the 2 games, I felt it was a travesty of justice, to be perfectly honest. And so did the players. So that was great motivation for us this year, and we had no doubt that we were going to get promotion.
Barnet's historic season started at Chesterfield on August the 15th, where the 2 Garys, Bull and Phillips, were the heroes.
That's a long and dangerous throw, and it's going to come down here for Lemon, and a terrific stop by Phillips. Flipped it over the top, and that had some power behind it. The ball coming here to Paul Lemon, he really puts everything into that. Fine save from Gary Phillips. Down the line from Showler. Derek Payne giving it back to this very talented left winger, and across the face of the penalty area. Not really controlled first time, and they could be in trouble here. That ball was picked up by Payne. Across comes the shot. Here's Bull. A stab in for Gary Bull, and Barnet are off the mark. Chesterfield losing the ball after Showler had swung over the cross, and then when it was worked out to the right, Willis hammered in the shot. Bull was there to profit. That's a good little turn. Payne's a good little player as well. And now Huxford, who loves romping up this right-hand side. Quite a few people up in support of the attack, and that's number 2. And a simple header for Bull. You simply can't afford to give him that much space. And Gary Bull will not score a more simple goal, not from that sort of distance anyway. He's totally unmarked here and tucks it inside the upright. Bull again. Oh, he's taken part in this move 3 times. So unlucky, Bull. That really was a magnificent move. Carter figured it as well, and it just clips the upright. So this free kick presents them with a number of options, and here's the thumping shot which flicked the crossbar. It was Cooper's effort, and he's unlucky not to have got a 3rd goal for Barnet here. Plenty of venom in that. Williams with the throw for Chesterfield. Still got nothing out of this game. Morris is in there tussling for it, and it's gone in. It's gone in off Huxford. It was Lancaster's toe poke, I think, which diverted the ball into the path of Huxford. He couldn't get out of the way, really, and the ball's over the line.
Colchester were the season's first visitors to Underhill.
Not a bad corner from Smith, and it comes down here to Kinsella, who has threaded it into the net. Colchester lead. Here's the player manager, Roy McDonough, reversing it for Donald, and Donald thumps in that cracking effort. This free kick then for Barnet, into the heart of the area, and it's got in, it's looped in, and it's Willis. It's Roger Willis who climbs highest to score. Oh, it's a delightful touchdown to Carter. Oh, Mark Carter, well played by him. There might be something else here for Barnet. Saved. Second attempt to goal for Gary Bull. Slightly fortunate because when Carter played it in, Steen didn't control it. Got a flick on though, and Bull was there. Gary Bull trying to tee it up here for the substitute Hoddle. A cracking effort from Carl Hoddle, and that puts the seal on Barnet's victory. Hoddle's first goal of the season, and what a goal.
Barnet had lost their Coca-Cola Cup first round first leg at Peterborough by 4-0. The second leg was academic.
Charlery's ball inside, and that's a crunching tackle on the edge of the penalty area. It was a very important tackle as well. But Peterborough really tussling for it here with Bobby Barnes, and he's brought down by Horton, and that's a penalty. A pretty obvious one too. Bobby Barnes wriggling his way through, taken out by Duncan Horton. So here is Cooper, who scores with simplicity, and Peterborough have the lead. Horton. Driven long up to the edge of the area where Willis is on the end of it, and was there a push there? I fancy there was, and for the second time Mr. Axel points to the penalty spot, and this time it's a penalty for Barnet. So Gary Bull, can he equalise? Yes, just as good a penalty as the one Cooper took for Posh, and it's 1-1. Payne, storming run from him. And then Showler, almost tripped by Cooper. Well, Showler goes on, so Cooper reacted angrily there. He tried to stamp on Showler, and Payne took exception to that, and the two of them are going to be in trouble here with Mr. Axel. That was a very unnecessary piece of animosity really from Cooper. Showler had gone down. Look at the way Cooper stamps on Showler, attempts to do there. Payne reacts, and Mr. Axel here will respond, I fancy, with the red card for both of them. Cooper and Payne sent off. Well, it's found its way out to Barnes, who's such a tricky customer, and he'd go past his man with ease and clips it across. There might be a second for Peterborough, and Ken Charlery has regained the lead for Peterborough United. That one's driven up into the penalty area, and there goes Carter, and it's somehow gone over the top. Bennett, I fancy, got his legs in the way, but a penalty is given because there was a handball. Let's have a look at this now. Yes, there it was. There was the handball by Sorrell, and so Gary Bull can get his second of the night, and it's 2-2 now. Both for Gary Bull.
Back to league action and a trip to Gillingham.
The ball in from Green, the header from Henry, plucked out of the air by Phillips. Now Barnet's progress down the left, and there's a header by Willis, which thumps over the top. Showler getting underneath that one, and Bull, and it's through here for Carter, and Carter has scored the equaliser. 1-1 now. Mark Carter, after hesitancy in the defence, rifling the ball in.
It's early days yet, just 3 games gone, but already Barnet occupying one of those promotion places, just behind 100%ers York City. Defeated Doncaster Rovers by 2-1 followed, but then came a home match with Carlisle.
Showler normally swings these corners in with the left foot towards the goal, and that's at the back post, and it might still come down here, and it's gone wide, but not a bad effort from Mick Bodley. Watson, then Davey. Oh, that's a nice build-up, and Andy Barnsley's made ground up the right. Here's Agani, should have scored. George Agani hoofing it over the top. So Gary Phillips will hit it up left-footed onto the left foot of Willis. He's got Horton inside him, plays it forward for Carter instead. And then Kenny Lowe comes into it, and a good ball in from Lowe, and there's the first goal. Mark Carter gets on the end of it, and Barnet are in front. Delightful ball from Kenny Lowe, and he's done well to keep that down, Carter. So that free kick from Andy Barnsley, and Agani toe pokes it over. It looked as though the equaliser was on there for George Agani. There's Carter tussling for it and eventually emerging with the ball. He's got Lowe down his right-hand side. Instead he swings it over here for Paul Showler. Showler so enjoys taking them on, and he's done well here. And a good cross in as well, and it's laid on a plate for Gary Bull. His 6th of the season, and it's now Barnet 2, Carlisle 0. Exemplary wing play by Paul Showler, and a fine crisp finish from Bull to go with it. If it was the strikers who had caught the eye in that victory over Carlisle, it was the last line of defence that was to be outstanding at Gig Lane. This throw-in then for Bury will be hurled into the penalty area, and there's Kevin Hume going for it. Just couldn't get in there, but the ball's still coming out, and there's Gary Phillips going down, spreading himself well to make the stop from Scott. Headed on by Morget. Hume's in there, Robinson's in here as well, and another fine save by Phillips. So this free kick, they've got several options, and eventually it's hit and flicked over the top from Robinson's shot. Phillips has had an outstanding game for Barnet. Here it is again, nice little build-up, they've been working on this one, and Robinson denied.
Goals from Carter, Schouler and Steen gave them a 3-0 win against Northampton. Then came Hereford at Underhill.
Schouler's ball in, it's gone all the way in, and Alan Judge will be bitterly disappointed with that. Under pressure from Barnet, he's palmed the ball into his own net really here, but I'm sure that Paul Schouler will claim it. It's a good corner, swerving in and putting the goalkeeper under pressure. It's 1-0. So Hall with that free kick for Hereford, and Phillips is in outstanding form this season. Very good save that one from Jones. There's more trouble here for Hereford. They're on the back foot again, and there's a deep cross, and again Judge can't hold it, and he might suffer the consequences. No, there were bodies on the line to help him out that time. Nicholson, the ball intercepted, but here's Hall, and that's an intelligent ball from Hall to Browning, who's in here. Browning to equalise, surely off the inside of the upright. How unlucky can you get? Well, Schouler has scored once with a corner. Can he repeat the feat? Well, Judge hasn't gone for it this time, but Hoddle has, and Hoddle scores. 2-0 for Barnet, and Carl Hoddle's got his second goal of this season. And he soared to this one. The goalkeeper, perhaps bearing in mind how he palmed one into his own net, didn't come, and Hoddle profited. Next, a 5-goal thriller with Wrexham. Low, running over the ball, so Schouler drives it in, straight back off the keeper, and the first goal goes to Gary Bull. Schouler cracked it in. The Wrexham keeper Hughes couldn't hold it. It was a greasy ball, and Bull was there. Here's Schouler once again. He's really teasing them today, and that's a simple header for Mark Carter. Delightful cross from Schouler, though. Carter couldn't have asked for it in a better place. Here's this free kick for Chester. Bennett's on the end of it. Wrexham reply with a super goal here from Gary Bennett. Oh, and again a very good break made by Payne, and the ball cut across the face of the goal. Gary Bull's there, his second, and Barnett's third. Wrexham at full stretch couldn't cope with it. Now, Mickey Thomas to perhaps drive one in, and it's gone all the way in as well. All the way through from the former Manchester United and Welsh international. 3-2.
2 months into the season now, 9 matches gone. Barnet still chasing York City, although York have now lost a match. Shrewsbury came to Underhill and took a 2-0 lead. This is their first goal.
Controlled by Clark, and slips it through as well here for Kevin Summerfield, and Carl Griffiths has got Shrewsbury off the mark inside 2 minutes. Griffiths is in superb form. Smith, Summerfield, Griffiths, and through the legs of Phillips. Low, always looking to pick out Schouler on the left, and he just waited for that ball on the touchline. And still Schouler goes on. Excellent play from Schouler. And the first ball knocked down, the second one produces a header which has gone no more than a foot wide. That's good distance from Phillips, and straight onto the head. Bull might be in here. Gary Bull from the angle equalises. Superb goal, and Phillips started it with that long clearance, the flick on from Carter, round ball, he got goal side of the defender and wrapped it in. That's a good knockdown. Showler on the end of it, that's the sort of ball he likes, and through the eye of the needle, Showler, still Showler here, the clip across, brilliant goal created by Showler and scored by Bull. Showler takes all the credit here. That was magnificent play, and Bull loved the service. After a 2-week break, Scunthorpe United were next at Underhill. Helliwell rolling that ball in field, but the interception good, and now Barnet of Barnet knocking the ball forward into the gap behind the defence for Carter to have a go for. Elliott's got in a mess here, and Carter gets the goal for Barnet. Tucked inside the upright after total confusion in that Scunthorpe defence. Carter's tenacity really paying off here, but Scunthorpe will kick themselves for conceding that goal. That's a soft one. Up comes Huxford. Not much space for him to work with there, but he just about kept it in. Carter right on the dead ball line, tucks it back. There might still be something on here. The ball bobbling around, and Derek Payne scores Barnet's second. Well, Payne doesn't get many goals, but he's in there when it counts now. Carter had done well, right on the dead ball line, knocked it back, and then a total miss kick. But then the ball is knocked back to Payne, and in it goes. Showler all left foot, finding Payne edge of the area. Might Bull, Showler again, and poor Showler has got a third, which he started and finished. And again, all the credit to this very talented wingman. Showler and Bull, Showler again. Payne was also in there, but Showler gets the goal. 3-0 now, and surely Barnet are going to retain their unbeaten home record.
There'd been rumblings during the summer about players' wages, but in October it came to a head once more, with the club reported to be losing £2,000 a week.
So, we just found out this morning when we turned up for training that our money was going to be deducted this weekend. We just seem to be getting over all the problems in the summer, and the side have been doing quite well on the park. We're second in the league at the moment, had a good win Saturday, and it just seems to be turned upside down its head again.
The man in the firing line as the players threatened strike action was Chairman Stan Flashman.
I think at the moment, as far as everybody's concerned, everybody wants Stan Flashman out of Barnet Football Club. There's no doubt about that. But as I said to you, there's two sides to every story, and I feel that he should come and talk to you and give his side of it.
Who are you, please?
St. and Greavesy.
Right, well, can you Basically, we're just wondering if you can give us the latest on the Barnet situation. No comment, it's just that a lot of Barnet fans...
The players were eventually pacified, but despite the newspaper headlines, it had all left a nasty taste in the mouth.
They do feel Sam's done a great job for the club, but they do feel at long last that perhaps we've gone as far as we can together, and that perhaps it needs some fresh faces at the top.
Well, it was the same old faces at Lincoln, ending a traumatic week with a depressing defeat, despite Barry Fry's pre-match warm-up.
On the game, eh? Hey, I know we've had a lot of ups and downs this week, lads. Let's forget about it. We've worked hard, all of us have worked hard all season just to concentrate on the football.
Well, Barnet won here 6-0 last season, but they're in trouble here from this corner. It's got in, Costello the scorer. Here's a good Barnet break, and up the middle goes Payne. He might get something here. That's a great effort, and Derek Payne equalises sensationally. What a tussle on the edge of the area. Lee fires in the shot. Phillips goes down, but the referee has already given the penalty. Well, there's Pressington, and it's 2-1, Lincoln back in front. So here's another Lincoln corner, and Gary Phillips has turned it over his own line, and Lincoln lead 3-1 now. Pumped up towards the edge of the Barnet penalty area again, and a simple header from Lee. 4-1 is the score. That left the manager unhappy with the defeat, and his chairman.
he's got to come and tell them the truth about certain things, and then then it's out in the open, and people can judge for themselves. As I said to you before, there's two sides to every story, and he's got to tell his. If he has made mistakes, then he's got to put them right, and we've got to get on with playing football.
But do you think there could still be a crossroads and a point at which you or Stan Flashman will go?
Yes.
Which one is it likely to be at the moment?
Could be both of us.
Prophetic words indeed. Crew next.
Schouler has jinked his way into the penalty area here. There might be a goal. The first goal of the game goes to Barnet and predictably to Gary Bull. Well, games between Crewe and Barnet usually produce goals, and this has produced one already. Just 6 minutes gone, Schouler working his way into the penalty area. So many of the Barnet goals come from his crosses, but really two of the defenders at least should have cleared it. The throw-in from Naylor, and challenging for it near post. They all made a hash of it, and so did Carter. How did he spoon that one over so badly? Well, that's tenacious, but it's still Barnet for Barnet. Lowe and Carter, and Lowe combining neatly with him. He's a very talented player, Lowe. Bull is two, and Bull strikes wide. Not by very much. Gary Bull generally gets on the score sheet against Crewe. He's got one already today, and he beat Grey Goose there, but put the shot wide. Naylor. Barnet still leading by that 1-0 from Gary Bull as Carter nods it on, and here's Bull again. The two of them in tandem, as they so often seem to be. The ball lifted in here for Huxford. Huxford across the face of goal. How did Crewe survive that? Well, the only important thing is that they did, but here come Barnet again, sloppily given away. So Payne feeds it out to Huxford again. And a better ball in this time might have them in trouble, but it's gone over the top from Richard Huxford, and a goal kick. Dean Grey Goose up halfway inside the Barnet half. Crewe still trying to get on level terms, but that's Lowe switching the play out there to Schouler again, who's got that ability to turn defenders, and now he comes in a more positive frame of mind but loses out in midfield, and the ball fed forward by Lennon, and Naylor, that's a superb goal by Tony Naylor. He's clipped the Barnet goalkeeper Phillips there superbly well, and that's typical Naylor. The ball from Lennon, really, he shouldn't have been allowed to score from this distance, but that's exemplary finishing. Up it goes from Dominic Naylor. Dominic Naylor on one side, Tony Naylor on the other. And they're right on the halfway line. Crewe come again, and here's that man Naylor once more. He really is a thorn in Barnet's side at the moment, and he's rolled it across the face of the area. There might be another one here. Crewe have the lead now. Craig Hignett the scorer this time. 20 minutes to go, and it's now Barnet 1, Crewe Alexandra 2. Naylor at the hub of it again, and a slight miss kick on the edge of the penalty area there, but it allowed Hignett to score. Well, Barnet running out of time. Crewe won here by the amazing score of 7-4 last season, Barnet's first ever Football League game. But they're looking for an equaliser this time, and inside the penalty area, Carter! Terrific strike! And Mark Carter gets Barnet's equaliser. 2-2, no more than they deserve with 8 minutes to go. That was a perfect pass to find him inside the penalty area, but didn't Carter finish well? So the Barnet fans roaring their side on with just a minute left. Horton knocks it out. There might be something on here because they've plenty of people up, and Crewe are getting back as quickly as they can. Steen. Well, can Barnet produce something in the very last minute of this game? Here comes Steen, right across the face of goal, and Crewe lucky to survive that. With only a minute to go as well. Well, it's Crewe's turn to look for a winner, but that's not a good ball in. Headed onto the halfway line. Steen knocking it back into the path of Horton. who checked and then threaded it out wide. And here's more danger now as Naylor gets to the edge of that penalty area. It's a winner, surely. In the very last minute, Mark Carter ends in the crowd. His second, and Barnet have surely stolen 3 points from Crewe now. Lovely ball in here from Naylor. And Carter just rises above the Crewe defenders and nods it into the far corner.
Well, despite all the problems off the pitch, Barnet was still managing to maintain their promotion push. Comfortable little cushion now between them and third place Shrewsbury, but York City still top of Division 3. Walsall were next at Underhill. This was a vital match for Barnet to win.
Well, Walsall seems to have contrived to bring the ball away from there, and then it's given away to Payne, and there might be trouble for them here as Gary Bull gets inside the penalty area, but a weak shot on the end of it. Not really Bull-like. Header on by Carter, and Bull, edge of the area. Oh, that's a dreadful slice away by Intermark, and it might just open the way for Kenny Lowe. Yes, he's found the gap. That goes back to Charlie Intermark's mistake. It really was a wild miss kick. There it is, you see. The goalkeeper Gale is off his line, and then when it's won back by Bull in that tackle, Lowe had the presence of mind to lob it over the stranded keeper. Lowe with this free kick then, and fires it in here. Oh, it's gone all the way through, and Lowe has not only got his first goal of the season, he's got his second as well now. Gale will be asking questions about himself for that, because when the ball is fired in here, I fancy Dave Barnet puts him off and it's in the net. Schowler, and he goes to try and get the return. It hasn't come to him yet, it might now, and he's onside as well. Paul Schowler here, trying to tee up Barnet's third maybe, and round about the penalty spot, Carter gets in a header, and then it's a third, and it's, well, it has to go down as an own goal by Smith, obviously. Carter getting some of the credit for his header, but Smith has put the ball past his own goalkeeper Gale from Schowler's cross. And Barnet full value for a valuable 3-0 success here now. What was Smith thinking about?
York were the one side to do the double over Barnet. Here's one of the goals in their 2-0 win at Bootham Crescent.
That Paul Barnes goal helped consolidate York's position at the head of the division, but Barnet's home form meant they were still well in contention when they played host to fellow promotion chasers Cardiff City. The Bluebirds' corner is from Miller, and there was a clear header from Nathan Blake, which was disconcerting to Barnet. Barnet with that neat build-up down the hill here, and it's gone out towards Schowler, who'll play the ball back edge of the area. Payne it was who struck it wide. Just arriving at the right time, Derek Payne, to meet Schowler's cross. Huxford, but that's an easy clearance for Robbie James to effect, and it's gone all the way up the middle, and Dale will go on, and he's past the keeper. Surely Dale must score for Cardiff. Yes, he does. Carl Dale, and Cardiff are in front. Bull hemmed in out by the corner flag, and the corner it is, although Robbie James looks extremely disconsolate and unhappy with the referee for that decision. Barnet then looking for this equaliser. Schowler, and a back header from a Cardiff player who didn't really intend that, so Steen tees it up, and it's gone through, and the equaliser is scored by Dave Barnet. The first of the season for him. Schowler's corner, it flicked off the top of the head there of Cohen Griffith, and then when Steen knocked it back, Howell couldn't get a touch. Barnet got the critical one. Barnet's corner, and the keeper Ward's in trouble, but just manages to effect a punch, and Naylor tries to keep Barnet ticking, and he's done well. And here's the cross, and there might be something now for Steen. Fine stop by Ward. Here comes Naylor. Down the line it goes. Showler's always waiting for it. Skips past his man Robbie James. Cuts it across for Gary Bull. Bull knocks it in the air. That's a fine goal! Barnet take the lead through Derek Payne with just 4 minutes to go. Delightful build-up and delightfully struck as well. Naylor with the ball down the line. Showler here. Look at Robbie James sliding in. Showler passed him in a trice. Whips it across. Now Bull here with the presence of mind just to lob the ball in the air. It was perfect for Payne.
Barnet had managed a goalless draw at Bournemouth in the first round of the Cup, so the replay was here at Underhill.
Conditions really atrocious now. Payne hammers in a shot. The ball's just not getting through at all, but it does there from Bull. Hits the upright. Bournemouth survive. Just look at the quagmire. It's got to be questionable as to whether this match should continue, really. But they're slugging it out, and that's the only word for it at the moment. There's good work for Bournemouth by Rowlands, and the ball in has produced the first goal. And it's Steve Lovell on 21 minutes. Bournemouth 1, Barnet 0. Huxford. Difficult for defenders to turn like this. And again, it's Rowlands who nicks it forward into the penalty area for Lovell. Looking to get the ball in to anybody there, and a slice off the boot, but it might open the way for a second. Denny Mundy can't believe his luck. He went headlong in the mud and found himself with only the keeper to beat. Naylor's throw in, and it's pressed it down to him again, and then the cross in, a header by Horton, a foot wide. So unlucky Duncan Horton, he rose well to that. So this corner for Barnet, taken by Steen, and there might be something now for Carter. Barnet get one back. Barnet 1, Bournemouth 2, and Mark Carter is the scorer of the first Barnet goal on the night. And what a night as well. Steen's corner, and again conditions playing their part, the keeper couldn't hold it.
So defeating the FA Cup at the first hurdle, but at the end of November Barnet was still second in Division 3, 5 points behind leaders York City. Now there'd been some bad publicity, but nothing like this, after Barnet had been fined £50,000 by the Football League. Flashman had a flashpoint with a photographer, and Fry was sacked after making his feelings public. The players didn't know if they were coming or going. Goalkeeper Gary Phillips read out a statement on their behalf.
This is not the first time management, staff or players have received the sack from Stan Fleshman. In the last year, Barry Fry has been sacked 3 times. The assistant manager, along with at least 10 players of the current squad, have either been transfer listed, verbally or physically threatened by Stan Fleshman for various things, such as querying incorrect wages. For the first time, Barry's sacking has been confirmed in writing. We, the players, know that Barry Fry is responsible for bringing every player to the club, and we all feel very angry and confused by this action. The reason given for his dismissal are either laughable or Stan Fleshman's own responsibility. Anyone connected to Barnet would know how much Barry Fry loves the club and is one person who has kept it together. The reason that Barnet are currently second in the league and playing attractive and entertaining football must be credited to Barry Fry's dedication, enthusiasm, loyalty and commitment all round. It has been increasingly difficult against the background of constant interruption, disgraceful behaviour and turmoil created by Stan Fleshman, who seems intent on destroying everything that has been achieved by Barry Fry at Barnet Football Club. The players and staff are 100% behind Barry Fry and find it difficult to see a future for themselves and the club without him. We agree with Barry that not only for the good of Barnet FC but for football in general, action needs to be taken now or the players and the supporters will be the losers. We appeal to the football followers, the PFA, the Football League and the Football Association to take our plea seriously as we feel vulnerable and are unsure as to what options are available to us. Finally, the players are extremely angry and fed up at the decision that once again made Barnet FC and its loyal supporters a laughingstock. How much longer will this be allowed to continue? I signed all the players and everybody here. That's it.
Barry Fry, now the ex-Barnet manager, sat and watched from the stands at Northampton.
Chances here down the left-hand side to feed the ball into Showler. That's where he likes it. This is where he's so dangerous, inside the first defender, between the next two. Brilliant play from Showler. And there's the cross to go with it. Here comes Bull. He should have scored. He would 9 times out of 10. Huxford's ball this time. Barnet calling all the shots at the moment, and Bull giving chase, and then it's thumped in there. And a fine save by the Northampton keeper Richardson. Back from Bull again. And there's danger yet again to the Northampton goal, and Richardson's really earning his money. Belted upfield, midway inside Barnet's half. Plenty of time for Barnet to clear. So David Barnet, but picked up for Northampton by Harman. And Harman's gone on into the penalty area. And then here's a shot by McParland. Terrific goal as well, Ian McParland. Into the edge of the penalty area, where it's knocked down but not very far, and Huxford's shot swept wide from the boot of Phillips then. There's Carter challenging, Bull inside the area, still Gary Bull going for it, and at the third attempt he's still trying to get that ball through. Well, that's an astonishing goal. It has to go down as an own goal to Curtis, but that's unlucky. Bull just wouldn't give up, but then when the ball is hacked clear by the defender, it came off Curtis and went straight into the net. Oh, and it's gone all the way through to the Northampton substitute. And off the crossbar. Very, very good effort indeed. And it's still in here for Scott, and he does score. Northampton get their reward.
Surprise, surprise, Fry is back. 11 days after being booted out, Barry returns as a hero. Once again, Barnet make the back pages. He'd only been away a week and a half, but the joy around Underhill was clear for all to see.
Cheers. Who's this? Who dropped this? I had arranged to be in somebody's bedroom behind the goal to sort of see the match because I was banned from the ground, but I'm a Barnet supporter at heart.
Chairman Stan was still the villain as far as the fans were concerned and readers of The Sun. Fry was simply happy to be home.
I got a phone call yesterday from the chairman. He basically said I've been out of employment too long and would I come and see him. So I went to see him and we talked about a variety of things, and he offered me a job back, and I obviously accepted. Hello, mate.
All right.
All right. Don't know about that. Oh, look at him, he's crying. Look, you got a smile out of Nifty, that can't be bad. He never smiles, him. I mean, the situation is that, you know, the players' immediate reaction was all of them to go on strike, and they felt because of the embargo on the club that no new players could be got in and play the game, and Stan would be forced into reinstating me, but I didn't want that, to be fair, but they was willing to do that. They was willing to put their contracts on the line, so to speak. They would have got in a lot of trouble for it. Then there's the fans that's done all sorts of demonstrations and appeals and everything else for me. On my behalf, they've even come to me and said no matter how long it takes, they'll pay my wages, you know, for a week, a month, a year if necessary, for them to get me back. And that sort of support is difficult when you're offered your job back and you love the place. Not to say yes. You know, if I'd have said no, then all the players and all the supporters would have thought, well, what are we doing supporting this man when he, you know, when we've helped to try to get him reinstated and he's just stuck 2 fingers up at him. So, you know, and basically, as I told Stan, I am very concerned about the club, the future for the club. There's various bodies, you know, the FA and the Football League, and other people tell me that we're in serious trouble. Stanley doesn't see it that way, but obviously I've got a better chance of working and sorting it out, or trying to sort it out, to enable Barnet to have a future in the game. Because I would hate all the hard work that Stan's done and everybody else has done at Barnet to go out the window and we get, you know, kicked out the league for whatever reason.
How real a threat is that at the moment?
Well, you can only read the rule book, and you know, we've been fined 50 grand by the Football League for wrong books, really. So if the books are continuing to be wrong, then what is the next charge? And the next charge could be expulsion. I'm assured by the chairman that the books are being kept in order now. So if that's the case, one of my fears is unfounded. But there's other fears that the FA have got this power to bring anybody in front of them with the charge of bringing the game into disrepute, and if they do that, the penalties for that could be as much as sine die, whether you're a player, a manager or a chairman. That means you're banned from all football, and to me, you know, they are possibilities.
Oh, I almost forgot. There was a football match too to take care of. Rochdale at home.
It's so important for Barnet to get it right on the field, but here are Rochdale on the attack with that corner kick, and then the breakout is led by Horton. And Barnet have plenty of options here. The ball swung right, and there might well be a first goal for Showler. Paul Showler turning up on the right, has his manager ecstatic on the touchline. 43 minutes gone, Barry Fry jumping for joy, and Paul Showler scores with his right foot. That's a rarity. Well, they don't want to concede anything at this late stage. But Phillips has given it away. That could be a costly mistake, and he's got back to make up for his error. Andy Flounder's shot. Showler tussling for it on the halfway line with Ryan, and Ryan loses it. On goes Lowe. He could seal it now for Barnet. Is this going to be the moment of joy? Must be. No offside. Carter scores. Barnet lead 2-0. Victory assured. Lost by John Ryan on the halfway line, and that was the critical moment. And then it was Lowe who picked it up. I thought he was going to go all the way himself to score, but unselfishly he lays it back, and Carter, having stayed back, scores. A vital victory for Barnet and Barry Fry, and there was certainly nothing wrong with team spirit. Indeed, the side seemed unbeatable at Underhill. Showler with the throw. Colchester doing a lot of defending in the early moments of this game as Steen gets it inside the penalty area, and then it's cleared quite easily. And a chance now, and Barnet are in front. Evans gets the first goal. He really shouldn't have been given the opportunity though. Nicky Evans, 1-0 for Barnet, and it's that clearance there that caused the problem. Smith hesitated, Evans was on it and rolled the ball home. Out here is Huxford, and the little knock-on finds Evans, edge of the Colchester penalty area. Evans still. Horton now, finding Payne. Very elusive player, Payne. Huxford, useful ball in. That might be a second, off the bar. Still up in the air, still the danger there. The ball hovering around Showler, and eventually collected by Monk. Barnet clatters the ball forward, and then Carter knocked it on. Plenty of time to lay this one back. The Colchester goalkeeper will be put under pressure. Dearie me, he's very calm about this. He shouldn't have been, and that's one of the clangers of the season. Mark Carter gets the second, but Colchester's goalkeeper Monk is horrified. What a ghastly mistake for him to make. Roberts had rolled the ball back to him. And then what on earth was he thinking about, trying to dribble it out there? Goalkeepers can't afford to make mistakes like that. On goes Huxford again. He's been instrumental in most that's been good about Barnet's play today. Payne, Horton now. Payne so busy looking for the return. He's an energetic player. He's also skillful, as you can see. Flicked off the top of the head. Surely number 3, no. The goalkeeper this time denies Carter. Jonathan Hunt playing instead of Schouler in the number 11 shirt. Getting a rare opportunity in the first team, and here he plays the ball in, and this time it's a good stop by Monk, trying to redeem himself for that earlier mistake. And Gary Phillips will take this free kick. Phillips, who's been a fixture and a very good one too in the Barnet side this season. He's been outstanding in many matches. Up towards the edge of the area, and a little knock down there has opened the way for Steen to score another for Barnet, and that all went down to a weak header by Phillips. Headed it straight into the path of Brian Steen. You can't afford to do that. Look at that, Phillips with the header, and Steen said thanks very much. So Barnet have a very useful advantage as Huxford and Evans combine, but this time Smith clearing for Colchester. And again it's found its way back, and Hunt and Steen are both in here, and Hunt is the one who gets the glory at the end of it. The 4th for Barnet, 54 minutes gone, 4 goals in front now. And again Colchester have only themselves to blame for giving that ball away edge of the area, and either Steen or Hunt could have scored. Hunt did. Well, there's been little for the Colchester fans to cheer in this game so far, but they have a free kick now, and it's cracked in, and a very, very good goal indeed for Colchester United, scored by Ball. 4-1 now. Too late for them surely to come back. 54 minutes gone, 4-1. Smith always takes the corners for Colchester on this side, and he's teed it up, sweetly struck by Cook, and that's 2 in 4 minutes for Colchester, and suddenly the picture is very different. 4-2 the score now. Well, surely Colchester aren't going to put the squeeze further on Barnet. They may do from this free kick. Oh, and the header there, which flicked over the top, was from Roberts. Very unlucky. It stays 4-2. Well, it's strange how Colchester have fought their way back into this game. This is Bennett. He's got Abrahams outside him, inside that Barnet penalty area. Tries to tee up McGavin. Surely it must be a goal. No. Now, no. Across the face of goal from Abrahams. Barnet have survived a bit of an onslaught, but they come out themselves now, and Huxford leads the charge. Plenty of support. Carter's getting inside the penalty area. Huxford, Payne outside him. Huxford shot! Lifted and off the crossbar. Carter couldn't follow it in. Hunt's cross ball. Still the chances are there for Barnet. Oh, and that's a brave header. Payne now. And able to clear it is Roberts for Colchester, and it's their turn to come. It really is a cut and thrust sort of a game, this one, and Colchester have opened things up again down the Barnet right hand side. On into the penalty area he goes. Fine stop by Phillips. It must be a goal. No, even that one can't go in now. Bennett denied by the Barnet substitute Heretin. Well, if you thought that game was full of incident, what about this extraordinary thriller with Torquay United? Here comes the Torquay right back, Hall, and he's got pace, and he's trying to get around Naylor and whips it across, and that's an own goal. This looks better from Barnet. Huxford enjoys supporting his attack, and this time he crosses the halfway line before feeding it through the middle for Payne. Neat little back heel. Ball pushes it forward. Barnet have an equaliser from Steen. That was a great build-up. Huxford, Payne neatly back-heeling the ball there. That confused the Torquay defence, and Bull set it up for Mark Steen. This is where Barnet looks so dangerous when they come down the hill with the likes of Huxford. The man who put through his own goal for the first goal is brought down, and that's a foot inside the penalty area. and Barnet should go in front now. Huxford makes these positive runs. He was charged off the ball there, and inside the area, it's a penalty. Gary Bull charged with the responsibility of trying to give Barnet the lead, and he takes it easily. 2-1. Another goal for Gary Bull, this prolific scorer, and they don't come easier than that. Bodley's ball up there now, edge of the area, and this time goalkeeper Somner clears up to the halfway line. It's going to come straight back. He's onside his Bull, and he shoves his man out of the way, and Bull, he's brought down. Somner's conceded another penalty. 2 now that Torquay have given away. The ball was positively headed forward there by Barnet. Bull really getting the better of Davis went on, and that's a clear penalty. So he's got 1. Can he get 2? Usually meat and drink these to Gary Bull. He put the other one to the goalkeeper's right, and this one goes to the left. Deadly accuracy from the spot, and Barnet lead 3-1. 2 of those goals for Gary Bull. Who else? Let's see what Torquay can do from this free kick. Here comes Trollope with the left foot. That's beautifully struck. That's an excellent goal for Torquay and for Trollope, and they're back in the game now. Low now, picking it up from Huxford, plays the return ball for Huxford as well, and the right back has been so prominent in these Barnet attacks. Carter's trying to get in there, Lowe's trying to get in there, it's a goal, Carter the scorer. 4 now for Barnet, and they restore their 2-goal advantage. Huxford again the mainspring of that attack, and Carter was always there inside the penalty area, lurking, looking for the chance. He struck it. Back it comes from Steen. Now Lowe with a long lob inside that area. It's gone in again. That's another one, and I think Evans is claiming it. Nicky Evans. 5 now for Barnet. Lowe's ball. I wasn't sure whether it came off a Torquay head at first, but no, it is Nicky Evans' goal, all right. Torquay's corner, Johnson and Fashanu both coming for it, and that's gone through, and it's Derby who gets the credit for the goal, the 4th for Torquay. The next visitors to Underhill were Darlington, and they were to prove sterner opponents. Here's this Darlington corner then, and Barnet pulling everybody back for it. Gary Phillips has things organised, but he might struggle here. Oh, he's got down to that well. What a splendid stop from the shot by Steve Mardenborough. Payne. Over the halfway line goes Evans, who really has won his place back in this Barnet lineup. Bull is out wide right. The cross is a dangerous looking one all the way through for Steen. Steen denied by Prudo. Gets down well. Still we await the first goal. Darlington's corner this time, and they have created chances. They should do again now. Brilliant stop from Phillips.
Barnet were in the middle of a 12-match unbeaten run, including 9 wins, as they remained leaders for almost 3 months.
The cross from Brown, the header from Wilkin. Northampton in front. Classic goal as well. Naylor now for Barnet, leading the response, and this is an excellent run from the full-back, and that's still in play as well. The punch out by Richardson. Schouler hooks it back in there. The ricochet might favour Barnet even now, and that's a penalty. No question about it, as he turned inside the penalty area. Bull was upended, and what a fracas following it. And the referee has to get in quickly to sort them out now. Temper's extremely frayed, but it's a justifiable decision. He was turning away from the defender. He was clattered. So Gary Bull can do it again for Barnet. Yes, he does. He's deadly from the spot. It's 1-1. One of Barnet's best wins had been at Wrexham back in September. The Welshman came looking for revenge to Underhill next. So Showler with a corner for Barnet. Up around the penalty area, Bodley's in for it. Yes! A goal by Mick Bodley. I think that's his first of the season. He certainly doesn't get many, but Mick Bodley's header snakes through and Barnet are in front. Showler placed it. Now Bodley and Naylor were both there. Bodley's header, and it went over the top of Carter and into the corner. Showler. Well, the ball bobbled badly. It might even work out for them now. No, Wrexham managing to get that one away. And Naylor, a crunching tackle from him on cross. And here's Cross now in a more attacking guise, and Wrexham have got chances this time. Paskin, John Paskin, super goal by Paskin. Phillips may have been confused by the bounce and the swerve on the shot from John Paskin. 1-1 still the scoreline as Lowe chips it down that right-hand side for Huxford. Useful ball in from Huxford, and there's a classic strike and a goal from Derek Payne. Excellent ball from Huxford, and little Payne was in space just when it mattered. 2-1. Bull holding things up well. Gets some support once more from Huxford down that right-hand side. The ball sailing across the air. Hit up in the air by Jones. The keeper's in trouble. That's the clincher. Carter gets the third, and 3 minutes before half-time, it's now Barnet 3, Wrexham 1. Goalkeeper Hughes in real trouble here. The ball had gone through, but then it was sliced up in the air by Jones, and the pressure from Showler, the keeper just couldn't handle it. That emphatic victory was followed by Autoglass defeat at Stoke, and then a visit from Hereford. Hereford chances now. Good stop by Phillips. Excellent save. Here's Hall's corner for Hereford United. It's still 0-0, but there might be something here. No, it's kept out on the line. Is it by Naylor? Barnett's ball intercepted well, and Hereford try to get men forward, and indeed they do, and Phillips palms down that shot from Fry. Bull across the face of the area, and stopped by Judge. The short ball from Brain, and then the clearance not good. Barnett's down in the area, and an own goal by Huxford. Hall. Free kick for Hereford, and he's onside, inside the penalty area, past the keeper, and then right across the face of goal. Midway through the second half. And here's Bull challenging for it. What a slip by May. This must surely be the equaliser for Gary Bull. Past Judge he goes. It's 1-1 now, but a tragic error by May. And Gary Bull, seizing on that, goes past Alan Judge and rifles it into the net. Barnet had already beaten Colchester twice by the time the Division 3 encounter at Layer Road came around. Here's McGavin inside the area, fine stop by Phillips, but the follow through by Bennett, he scores. Showler's cross in, and it'll fall here for Bull. Splendidly done. That's a magnificent goal by Gary Bull, right out of the top drawer. Nicely nicked through, there might be chances now. And Payne, still Payne, yes! Gloriously struck by Derek Payne, and Barnet are in front. He sized up the situation and struck it sweetly.
So we reach the end of January. Barnet still top of Division 3, but look how York City's challenge appears to be fading. The big rivals now, the Welsh clubs Wrexham and Cardiff.
Danger inside the area, Lancaster scores for Chesterfield. From the boot of Phillips, halfway inside Chesterfield's half, headed out by Fee. Then Nicky Evans has got onto it and played it through for Payne, and Evans is going for a return ball. Payne still cuts it back, an equaliser. Steen the scorer. There it is with Derek Payne knocking that ball in, and those are easy for Steen. Brian Steen on the halfway line. Headed straight down to Payne though. Payne, who's in excellent form at the moment. What a good player he is, and he held it up nicely there. And then Bull turns it aside. Thrilling effort from Huxford. And Richard Huxford will not strike a better goal than this all season. Gary Bull had teed it up after excellent work by Payne, but what a strike. 2-1.
Brian Steen's goal gave Barnet a 1-0 win at Carlisle. Then came Doncaster Rovers at home.
Well taken down on the chest by Tony Lynch, and Tony Lynch will strike one! Brilliant solo goal by Tony Lynch. He doesn't get many first team opportunities, but boy has he taken this one. He deserves the congratulations. Well, the clearance is picked up by Lowe. Forward now from Barnet, and here is Lynch, the scorer of that tremendous goal in the first half. Cuts this one across. Here comes Gary Bull. Goal number 17 of another prolific season for Bull. Lynch certainly played his part. The goalkeeper in no man's land along with Colin Douglas, and Bull at the back post.
Gillingham contributed to their own downfall with a pair of own goals. We could only bring ourselves to show you one of them.
Knocked back by Butler. Gillingham able to clear their lines fairly easily, though it's going to come back again at them from Huxford, and Gillingham right at the bottom of Division 3. Their league position in some jeopardy at the moment. Huxford playing it in, and a little bit of confusion there between Butler and Breen, and then Breen has lobbed it in. Well, we've had 2 own goals now, the first by Butler, and here's the second one from Breen. Would you believe it?
Six points clear at the top at the beginning of March, and not all the goals were free gifts. Barnet were playing a brand of football that was the envy of the Football League.
Yeah. We like to put bums on seats. We like to play entertaining, flowing football. A little bit panache, a little bit of bit excitement, really, and to get people off their seats, really. And more often than not, we like to keep the ball, we like to pass it about, we like to get it wide, we like to get people down the wing, get crosses in, and just try to create an exciting ambience for the fans.
Well, the Bums were on the floor after the next match, a 5-1 defeat at home to York City.
Firm header out by Barnet, but then Gary Swan has managed to get that ball back inside the area, and then Swan's here again, saved by the legs by Phillips, but they can't stop Paul Barnes from scoring. Well, Lynch was involved there, and Naylor drives it across the face of the York area. There might be trouble here for the Yorkshireman. And Kenny Lowe tussling for it. Lowe inside that penalty area, swoops to swing that ball across the face of goal, and here's an equaliser by Gary Bull. Delighted he is. Well, he might be. Kenny Lowe there, turning that ball across, and somehow it found a way through to Bull, who pounced. Such an important game for these two sides, who've been jostling for position at the top of the table all season. Blackstone's through inside the penalty area. Phillips can't stop it. He got the fingertips to Blackstone's shot, but the ball snaked through into the net. And now a chase on. Horton, plenty of time really. Under a bit of pressure from McCarthy, who's robbed him though. Oh, McCarthy, good skill from John McCarthy, who slips it across. That's an own goal by Barnet. And York now are really in the driving seat at 3-1. Off the top of Horton's head, and McCarthy's having an inspired spell here, and again he's got past the defender Howell this time. Oh, Barnet breasts it down, and that's a gift for Paul Barnes. His second, and York have 4. Away goes Blackstone, and Barnet, it really has been an awful performance from them today. It's a hat-trick for Paul Barnes now. They're running away with it. a horror story or just a hiccup. Barnet's next game at Walsall suggested the bubble had burst. Slipped through by Cecere, and McDonald slides it into the corner of the Barnet goal. 1-0 Walsall. There's the throw into the heart of the area. McDonald's in there again, and McDonald goes on and on and on. 2-0, both for McDonald.
I'm watching you.
Despite success on the pitch, the club's finances remained in a dire state. The £50,000 fine had not been paid, wages were 2 weeks late, and Barry Fry was desperately trying to sell anything he could on deadline day.
Barry, it's 12:30 on transfer deadline day. Have you got a club to manage or not?
Yeah, I think so. We've got until 5 o'clock to get the amended contracts into the Football League. The players from the north all came down and signed those amended contracts. There's 6 got to go in. I can't see any problem with that. The players have signed it. Brian Ayres has signed it. It's just up to the chairman now to sign them. Regarding the transfer of players and getting some cash in, that's looking a bit dodgy at the moment. I haven't sold anybody. I've got rid of 3 players this morning out on loan that will save £1,000 on the wage bill. But you know, as for getting the cash in, unfortunately, you know, due to players not agreeing personal terms and what have you, there's no transfer money forthcoming.
He said, hasn't he, the chairman, that unless you sell 3 by 5 o'clock, he's going to liquidate the club?
Yeah, but he's told me I've been sacked a few times, and I don't know. I mean, we're obviously got financial problems. Otherwise, we'd have paid the 50 grand Football League fine, which we haven't. So we need some money, and you know, to be fair, there's been enough clubs bid enough money for some of our players that we've accepted, and we've left it up to the players. But the players haven't agreed personal terms. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's brilliant from a manager's point of view, because I don't want to sell any players. In saying that, the club is more important than any individual, and so I suppose really it would have been better if we could have sold somebody to help the finances of the club.
It's beginning to affect results though, isn't it, if you look at recent happenings on the pitch?
No question about that. The last 2 or 3 weeks have been well, bad, simple as that. We've had 1 or 2 problems with 4 players that, you know, say they're owed signing on fees, couple of them dating back to December. And it's obviously caused problems because they've been in touch with the PFA, and the PFA has been in touch with the chairman, and the chairman's either said he's paid them or he's going to pay them, and you know, the lads haven't received it, and the rest of the lads say, well, forget about it, just get on with playing football. And the 4 or 5 that's owed money are saying, well, it's all right for you, you're not owed nothing. And all of a sudden we started squabbling amongst ourselves, and it's very, very unfortunate. It's come at a bad time. We've managed to get on with the football all season, despite our problems, but just when we need that togetherness most, it's slowly disappearing, and it's frightening to see it happen, and I'm trying desperately to get it all together again. But obviously individuals have got big grievances with the chairman, and it's difficult because they feel, especially with the northern lads, you know, who come from Middlesbrough and Liverpool and Leeds, and we only see them on match days, they don't feel that the rest of us are doing enough to get them the money they're owed, or to help them in whatever way they feel they need help.
No doubt who Barnet's most valuable asset was, but Gary Bull's move to Notts County foundered because he couldn't agree personal terms. Fry was frantically chasing cash in his own version of Telethon.
Hello, sir. How are you? Well, now you got that 100 grand because you just signed Peter Hall, could you please send us the invoice you owe us from the 16th for the 2nd, 93? It's only 1,222 quid, but if you've got it, I'll get an helicopter and come up and collect it, because we're a bit short. Yeah, I know. All right, I'll be very grateful if you could get it off to us as soon as possible. Thank you. Bye. Talk to you. He said he ain't got the money. He'll get it in the morning and he'll send it straight off to us.
Barnet Football Club survived by just 5 minutes.
We'll be playing Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Whee!
Saturday was a 1-1 draw in front of 16,000 at Cardiff. But 3 days later, they travelled to Scarborough to gain a valuable point.
Naylor can't keep it out. Horsfield scores. Here's the corner kick for Barnet and an equaliser by Gary Bull. Still 1-1. Here's this free kick and Foreman's in space. Barnet needs something now if they're to get anything from this match, and here's a good cross. The keeper can't handle it. Evans has equalised. No wins in 5 games, indeed only 3 points out of a possible 15, meant victory at Rochdale became imperative. Rochdale unable to make progress through the middle, and then Dominic Naylor plays a useful ball forward. Tony Sorrell, yes, he's got past the first line of defence. Sorrell laying that ball across. There might be a chance for Steen. Superbly taken by Brian Steen. The former England striker gets what could be a crucial goal for Barnet as they chase promotion, and it's 1-0. Brian Steen, the goal scorer.
Barry Fry eventually resigned as manager in early April, leaving to take over at Southend. It was the end of a remarkable era, but it hardly came as a shock to his longtime friend and assistant, Ed Steen.
Yeah, I wasn't that surprised because you can go so far in life and before you realise your back's against the wall. And I felt that he reached that point, and I wished him all the best because to be perfectly honest, I was the impression that I would be joining him. So I was quite happy for him to go because I felt I would possibly have had a contract for as long as he had at Southend. But having said that, I knew he was going to go because he had to do it for his family, he had to do it for his health, and I do feel that if he stayed any longer, there was a great possibility that by the end of the season he would have had a heart attack and possibly cost him his life. So I think he took all that on board, and he realised that this was the time now for him to put his health first and his family first, and that's what he did. And I think that it was a great move on his part, and I do think that he'll turn them around as well.
Steen turned down the chance to go to Southend, took over as caretaker manager. He had 6 matches left to clinch promotion.
Turned out to that right-hand side. Bull might make something of it. Just a late back for Huxford. A swinging ball in from Huxford. A headed goal by Paul Showler. And the Yorkshire policeman gives his team the lead here on the East Coast. It's a rare thing for Showler to score with his head. Huxford's ball in was inviting, and he climbed up above the defender, and that's a splendid effort. Barnet's corner, still they lead by a 1-0, and they look to add to that lead here now, and they do so. It's number 2 from the head of Tony Sorrell, perfectly timed. Lovely jump by Sorrell, just coming up to half an hour gone, and he meets this corner with a full whack of the forehead. Excellently done. Scarborough have got some good competitors like Mooney there who's involved, but again Scarborough have been having a bit of a dodgy run recently, having once been up among the leading clubs. They're in trouble again now, and Brian Steen might get a third. He's got a second chance, and he's got the third goal. You can't give Brian Steen 2 bites at the cherry like that. Scarborough 0, Barnet 3 now. And Showler had got a boot in. The keeper made the stop the first time, but there was no stopping Steen at the second. So it's been a cracking result, this one for Barnet, as Hurst takes that free kick for Scarborough, flicked on. Here's Darren Foreman, and the 3rd division's top scorer gets a consolation.
That victory left Barnet top of Division 3, 1 point clear with a game in hand, and the Championship now clearly their ambition. Their next game was a 1-0 win at Torquay thanks to Tony Sorrell. Then came Bury at Underhill.
10 minutes into the second half, a dangerous ball in, cleared by Valentine. Payne always keeps them ticking, and the ball forward is good. Showler's got the chance to cross it in, and he's an excellent crosser of a ball. That's a dangerous one. They couldn't stop that on the line, or could they? Well, Naylor's forced it through. I fancy Evans' header was good anyway. Evans takes the congratulations. Barnet are in front. Typically good ball from Showler to the back post, leaving the keeper Kelly stranded. Evans scores. Naylor simply made sure.
Barnet travelled to Scunthorpe on Saturday, April the 24th, needing just 1 point to clinch promotion.
Going on about that, people assume that we're going to get automatic promotion with a point today, lads. 3 points are what you've got to go for. Because that, at the end of the day, mate, is what's going to take us to win the league. We were in danger of wallowing in our self-pity, you know, and it was a dangerous thing to happen at this stage of the season. But I just reminded them of a couple of things that we set out to do this year. One is to win the league championship, and also that'd be nice to do it for Barry Fry after what he's done for all of us, you know.
Scunthorpe always dangerous at set pieces. They've got so much height with the likes of Helliwell and Elliott, and there's danger now. It's gone in. Sam Goodacre scores for Scunthorpe. 16 minutes gone. That's a neat turn. Now Steen. Oh, and here comes Bull inside that penalty area. And was there a handball there? Well, the referee says no. There's the throw in. There's more danger here to the Scunthorpe goal. Again, it's Gary Bull, lays it off for Showler. Splendid stop. Still 1-0, and that's blazed over the top by Payne. So anxious looks down there. They're waiting for results from elsewhere. As Jason White wins it now from Payne for Scunthorpe down the line. Here's Goodacre. Goodacre scores. 2-0 Scunthorpe.
Because York City lost at Rochdale, Barnet were up anyway, and the celebrations could begin.
The lads here are just all mates, and they all stick together. And without that, I think we'd have struggled. But we've got the best players, I think, in the league, man for man. And I think it showed. And like I said, just keep doing what we're doing now, and we'll win the league.
Let's hope the club can go on and strength from here. But we have to wait and see, obviously, won't we? We've come through an awful lot, though. Brings you closer together. Maybe it's helped us in the long run. You never know.
A lot is down to Barry, obviously, but Ed's just his understudy, and they work really close as well. We're used to Ed. We know what he wants from us, and we've just carried on happy ship, so we've done well.
One of the main reasons why I stayed was for him, and obviously the players have played a big factor in that as well. But having said that, you know, Barry knows that we're all behind him, and Barry knows the reason we stayed is because we want to do it for him, because he deserves it more than anybody. We've done it for him. See you later, bass boy.
The pressure was off, promotion had already been gained. The championship was all that was left to achieve.
Lincoln gave Barnet quite a pasting up at Sincilbank earlier in the season, and they're acquitting themselves well again here now. Lee's inside the penalty area. If the cross from Putnam is good, he will score. Jason Lee, Lincoln have the lead here. The throw from Naylor to Payne, who's skillful and knocks it back, and here's the cross now from Naylor, off the upright, Bodley, yes! An equaliser, and Barnet at least should get a point now. Mick Bodley. They were teasing down the left, Dominic Naylor's cross, and at least it seems that Barnet are going to get something from this game now, with only Bodley's second goal of the season.
A 4-1 defeat at Crewe in the very last game meant that Barnet went up in third place, not as champions. They went up behind champions Cardiff and fellow Welshman Wrexham. But it was the end of a remarkable season. Barnet promoted to Division 2 after just 2 years in the Football League. all the strike threats, wage cuts, sackings and nasty headlines could be forgotten, at least for a while.